Hello, shooters, loaders, and casters. Welcome to another Friday night live stream from the Georgia Shooting Connection. Pollard got here. He said, I'm here. You can start the show. Bang. Because Pollard showed up, we clicked the go button. So, welcome, everybody. Happy Friday. I hope everybody's going to have a good weekend. Um, apparently, we jumped the gun. Andy's going to go pop some popcorn, so maybe we should have waited. So we got Julio, we got Willie. We want to talk a little bit about loading shotguns tonight, but Kyle, kick us off, brother.
Just welcome everybody to another Friday night Georgia Shooting Connection live stream. Glad to see everybody. Hope everybody had a good week. Hope everybody's looking forward to a good weekend. I know I am. I've had a pretty rough week. Missed a couple of half days of work due to back problems. Took one day off. Ready for this to be over with, but I'm having fun with y'all. So here we go. Julio, what you got?
I want to say thank you, everybody, for being here today. Thank you for the invite. And looking forward to today's show on Shotgun Reloading.
I know nothing. All I know is if you feel froggy, jump.
Ribbit. Hey, Daniel.
And Daniel, yes, I do watch your videos. He thinks I don't spread the love to him.
We got Michael Signs out there tonight. Wonder what he knows about loading shotgun.
He knows a lot about black powder. I know that.
My hero, Mr. Kingpin, has joined us.
We're glad to have everybody here. We love it. Guys, y'all really don't understand. It means a lot for y'all to show up and just make a comment, even if it's just a period. It means a lot to all of us here. And we appreciate every bit of it.
No, Fuzz, he hauls much more sophisticated than we are.
Are you sure?
No.
Fuzz. Gotta love Fuzz.
Yeah, Fuzzy's the best.
We love Fuzzy.
Hey, man, we can. All right.
That was the question. I'm sorry, Jamie. That was the question I was going to ask. Are they still available, the lead loaders for shotguns?
I've seen them on the website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, as far as I know, you can purchase one, yeah. And shotgun primers actually are the ones that you can find.
Around here, yeah.
Mm-hmm. The same thing we hear.
Yeah, that's right, bro, loader. So,
Jesus.
he still has price tag on his hat, bro, loader.
You just brought back memories from my childhood. I love
it. Don't make me sing. Yeah, y'all already blowing up the side chat over there.
Yeah, having a good time.
So what do you mean, Georgia boy? No lead loaders for shotgun?
Yeah, why you say that?
Oh, no lead loaders. Okay, he's talking about the hand press.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's Jason Stewart, Bobby Barlow, Willie Bulletman's in the room, Jason Stewart, Big Al.
That's what I was talking about. The Lee hand loaders?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Are they still available?
Yeah.
I don't think they make those for shotguns, no.
Not for shotguns, but
It's been. I had one for 12 gauge when I was a teenager, but that was a long time ago. But I could be wrong because those were the days I was smoking wacky tobacco. The longing days.
Say it ain't so, Willie.
Oh, I'm a bad boy. I was a bad boy before I joined the Army. The Army straightened me out, Sergeant.
Well,
I was a
some
bad
people
boy
go to
before
the
I joined.
Army and they leave the Army the same way they went in. They never learned anything.
Hey, Walter. There's Walter Davis telling us, hey. All right, so we got to be careful not to talk over each other so we can be heard. I'm chasing down Texas Outlaw. You can find the Lee loaders on eBay for shotgun if you want to pay through the nose for one. Well, who wants to do that? I mean, heck dang, man. That's why we reloads to save money.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, around here, you can still buy some shotgun shells at Wally World for what it was, about $30 for 100, Kyle? Something like that.
God, I wouldn't pay that, but I don't know. I hadn't been to a Walmart in probably 15 years.
Well, dang, man, you live right next door to one. How can you avoid that?
I don't shop there.
Did you guys see the
I
score?
wish.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead, Willie.
Did you see the score that Uncle Jim's son got him today? All that brass.
Oh, yeah.
That big ass container, and there's a bigger container of rifle brass there also. Oof. You gotta watch that video.
I was started to, man, and then Rigby came in, and then it was, yeah.
I know where the 40 cals can get sent to.
Yeah, I think he said it was, what, 35, 38 pounds, something like that. He said it was pretty heavy.
Something like that. That was one heck of a score. And can you imagine the rifle brass? If it is one spar, like he's thinking it might be, that would be a score with 7 mag and everything else in it. But that's getting away from shotgun. I'll shut it now.
Well, I wanted to send Uncle Jim a link, and I still can, but he's busy cleaning brass. When you get done, let me know, Uncle Jim. If you want to come on, man, we're talking about loading shotguns, and I don't know if you load shotgun from scratch, but the way Uncle Jim did it in his videos about the hobo method, you know, about dumping the shot out and doing different things with it, that's the only way I know to do it. And when I was a kid, and we had dogs that were running around in the yard or hurting our dogs or our cats, or some of them even dangerous to my little sisters, I would get birdshot like 7.5 and 8 and dump the shot out and fill it up with rock salt. And I'd put like 2 pellets at the bottom, put the rock salt on there, and then put 2 shot on the top and close it back up. And the reason I did that, I wanted the 2 in the front to open up, break the skin, and then the salt hit them, and then 2 more to drive it in there. I was a little bit of a mean kid.
Hey, salt rock hurts. I got shot with salt rock in the good old days when there was farmers here in California.
Okay, Uncle Jim, I'll go ahead and send you a link, and you can jump on when you want. Walter Davis needs shot for shotgun.
Go ahead.
It seems like I see some of that at the Cabela's, but I hadn't been to Cabela's since all this stuff started. So,
Walter, you need to get a hold of me. I might be able to get around 90 to 100 pounds of shot. The same one I sent to Kyle. So I can give the guy a call tomorrow to see if he still has it.
A good friend of mine sent me some. That's the only reason I'm reloading shot and shotgun. I'm more of the slug and buckshot kind of guy, but I don't know. Be fun to see. I think it's number 8 shot.
Mm.
What you sent me, Willie?
Yeah, I don't know what size shot it is, but I can tell you that's some hard lead.
By measuring it, I think it's number 8 shot. And I've had a little fun with it. Still got to go out and shoot it, and that's the weird thing about shotgunning. You don't even have to go out and shoot it. You have fun loading it. And Julio can tell you about this. It's a totally different animal. It's not,
Mm-hmm.
it's not written in stone. This is what you do. No, you play with it. Well, I mean, I guess loading for a rifle or something like that's not written in stone either. But it's written in stone that you can't go over this, and you shouldn't. But you can play around with it and find what works, and it's actually a very fun little hobby.
Yep, and you can use cardboard if you like, for wads. It's nothing fancy.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
cool.
they've been doing it for years. They used to make shot shell of out of paper,
Yep.
and it held up pretty well.
Oh,
There he is.
there goes the neighborhood. Son of a-
Hey, Scotsman.
Yeah, what's going on, guys?
Okay.
Welcome, Scotsman. I'm glad to see you.
How you doing, brother?
Tired, but I'm here.
I understand. Thank
And
you for
you got to work again tonight, right?
Yep. Yeah, I'm more than likely going from now through the end of the year. Will probably be every weekend.
Mm.
Wow.
That's good. Give you some Christmas money, man.
There you go.
Yep. Get some overtime, pay some bills.
Everyone's tell Scotsman what they really want, what they really need, and the new American Santa might hook you up. Like a Dylan 550, a Santa Dylan fit right here, Santa.
the new American Santa. That's what you need to change your name to, New American Santa.
I'll see what I can do there, Willie.
Oh, no, I'm messing with you, buddy.
I love you, man. I miss you. I wish you were still right here in my living room.
Yeah, that was fun times. I wish it lasted longer.
Yeah, it was a good time.
All right. So what I started doing was, and thank God for Julio, who was on the panel. He sent me a shotgun press. He was like, "You may need to tinker with it. This is what I have it set up for." So I wasn't wanting to do birdshot or anything like that. So I took the powder measures off the top of the press, and I'm just using the press. I'll just use the Lee spoons or dippers, and that's what I was doing. And then going through the process and all that, and I'm like, man, this is awesome. I need to get the powder measures and the shot buckets back up. But I only wanted it for buckshot and slugs. And he really hooked me up. And I've got, Dollar General bags full of shotgun hulls that I've been reloading. And it's really not that hard to get involved into it. I mean, Sir Ocean got him a better press and decided that, because I would text him all the time about shotguns, and he decided to, out of the goodness of his heart, send me his old press when he got his new one, and I've loaded quite a few. We all shot some of those while y'all were at the house. But I did figure out that I need to back off on the powder charge on the slug. Oh my God. It was hefty. But there's a lot of things you have to pay attention to when you're reloading shotgun shells. And I've learned a lot of this from Julio and just reading manuals and stuff like that. You can't leave that slop in there. You can't do this. You can't do that. Roll crimp is really hard on a hull. It's that kind of stuff. It's a different step. It's a great step to go into because I'm really enjoying it. I know how to reload 9mm. I know how to load 308. Not a problem. But I'm constantly learning stuff about shotguns, um, especially now since I don't know, everybody's stuck at home. But what do you think about it, Julian?
That's true. And also, like now you're having a hard time finding components for metallic, and with shotgun, it's easy. You can find the stuff material. You can find it anywhere. Like I said before, you can find wads. You can make wads out of cardboard because that's what they used back then. It was cardboard, and it did just fine.
Apparently, Ozark wants me to show this.
Nice.
Oh, dang it. Marvin, you're killing me.
That looks good.
And congratulations to Marvin. He's about to get remarried.
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's smallmouth bass from Twine's farm.
Mm.
Yeah, I love some fried fish and coleslaw, and I don't. I went to a particular restaurant that all of y'all have heard of. I probably shouldn't be trying to say the names to endorse or whatever, but my wife's birthday was last week, and I took her to Red Lobster, and it happened to be on Friday. They have fish fry Friday. That's hard to say real fast. Anyway, that was really good, man. It was New England cod, deep fried. Of course, they have those Cheddar Bay biscuits that are really good, and yes, he is Eagle. So that was really good though, and uh, it was a lot better than I was expecting. But yes. So anyway, run Idaho, run Idaho.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
funny.
glad to have all y'all out there. Should I go through the side chat now?
Yeah, go ahead. I'm looking around for Angel right now.
All right, I'll let y'all read. That's a pretty long one. So we got Big E, of course. Andy 79Z28, Fuzz T Fork 8, Twisted Twine. Howdy. Got
Oh,
Idaho Rogers USMC, the Texas Outlaw Michael Sign Blue Healer 260, Eagle Eye Shooting, James Pollard, Ozark Spirit, Ocean 374 is in the room, Twisted Twine Woodworking again, Crazy Scotsman's in the room, James Pollard again, Jason Stewart, Pony 47, Walter Davis, Kingpin, as always. Welcome, brother. Thanks for saying hello to everybody for us. Let's see. Big Al. We'll let y'all read that while I continue. Kingpin. Let's see. GGW Reloading, Edward Petty, Broke Loader. Thanks for my card, Broke Loader. I appreciate that, brother. Walter Davis again, Uncle Jim. Speak of the devil. We got Willie Bullet Man in the room. Look at this. Reloader 762. Oh, I used that method. I'll talk about that in a little bit. Reloader 762 turned me on to a pretty cool thing. Walter Davis, Blue Healer 260. I'm repeating myself. James Pollard. Vanessa Kitty. West Covina Dodge. What's going on, Pat? We should get Pat on here. I bet he does shotgun. Georgia Boy 44.
Georgia boy.
Yeah. And I believe that's all. Yeah, we're back to 811. So
If Pat wants on, I'll gladly bow out because he knows black powder.
Max Bear, good evening, buddy. And tamales. Let me tell y'all something. I was there's New Texican. I was in Texas on a mission trip, and we were working on two houses, so the team was split up. We got a Texas lady on one side of the street. Across the street, we got a Mexican family. So we were doing painting and sheetrock and all that stuff, and switching back and forth. So one day, the Texas lady, the white lady, made us brisket, and it was absolutely fabulous. And then the next day, the lady across the street, the Mexican lady, made us homemade tamales.
Oh,
Man, I hate to say that I like the tamales better than I like the brisket, but my goodness, both of them were outstanding. Stuff you can't buy in restaurants, guys.
Exactly. I'm not scared to say it all. I love a good tamale over a slice of brisket. That's just the way I am. Sorry.
yeah, real Mexican rice and beans and enchiladas. Oh, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, come on, Jim. You know you want a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah, that too. Can't get none of that around here.
Uncle Jim would be happy with Jack in the Box tacos.
I'm going to try the trailer Mexican thing that's parked on the side of the road. That's my only chance for good Mexican food.
No, Jim, I got a great little Chinese joint right down the street. Just ask Willie.
Actually, a lot of those little trailers there, they make very good food.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, they do.
I know. I almost pulled over a couple times. Yep.
Yes, they do.
There's a line.
Yeah, if there's a line, you know it's good food. Because Mexican people aren't going to lie. They're not going to go to a crappy Mexican truck. You know, I'm sorry. If you see a line of them there, that's good food.
Why do we always get into food on this chat?
Because it's right around dinner time.
Or
at least in my area.
We were talking about shotguns, and all of a sudden now we're into food trucks. I just don't get it.
As a matter of fact, I'm gonna have to bail in 20 minutes because of dinner. I haven't eaten all day. I'm starving.
Well, if you've got to go that quick, tell us what you know about shotgun.
It's fun. Shotgun, you can put anything in a shotgun. I love shotgun. So
no, safely, Uncle Jim.
Yeah, I got two loaders, 12 gauge, 20 gauge, and The 12 gauge is kind of dusty because, I have buck and slugs, and I haven't played with it for a long time. 20 gauge I get a lot of use of because it's expensive for buck and slug. So
Now,
I
have you
use
tried
universal for that.
Sorry, Jim. Have you tried the new slug that Thorzak's or that Kyle shoots also?
No, haven't done the Russian slug thing. Those molds are like $100.
Yeah, they're
I'm
huge
a cheap
chunk.
They're not that bad. I got the whole dang kit for. I'm sorry, my back's hurting.
Hurry back, Texas.
It wasn't that bad. Got the seating, the wad seater, and everything else. Here's the slug.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like a little fire hydrant. Here's the slug. Got the wad seater, which seats on that base.
And you screw it in, right?
No, it just presses on.
I thought you used the screws with the Russians.
No. I didn't go that route. It just pops right on, and they actually fly all the way to the target, and they're surprisingly accurate. I don't know out to 200 yards or whatever, but
what mold is that? It looks like a Lyman.
No,
fire hydrant.
Yeah,
it's
fire hydrant.
it's a Russian mold. I've got the box inside on the table. It's one of the Russian molds. I don't remember what it was called. It's a 2-piece. You got the little doodad that you got to pull out and all that after you cast it. But yeah, they work surprisingly well.
Similar to that, yeah. Similar to that, and that's the 20 gauge.
I got these from Ozark. This is the one I used tape to use as a paper patch.
Oh, okay.
Remember that? And
So
that is, yeah.
That's a Lyman right there?
I believe so. I'm trying to remember. There's no marking on the bag. Yeah. So I just taped it a little bit to fit my wad to make a paper patch out of it. Yep.
I mean, they shoot amazing, and I'm shooting them out of a smooth bore 16-inch barrel. I hadn't even brought them into the big boy world,
Hey, shotgun is so fun. I mean, from doing your hobos, there's a hobo right there. It's just so much fun. You can do anything, and if you have like Julio has, and if you got the mech loader or whatever, you can get them on Craigslist, whatever, at a good deal, and they are just so nice. It is fun. I got to get back to it.
Okay, I got a question. I don't know anything about shotgun loading like Willie. One thing I will say before I ask my question though is I talked to Dave about coming on Thorzak's about coming on. He's got to go to work early, so if Dave, if you're out there listening, don't work too hard, brother. But he said it's very important to stay with your published data and don't go off on your own and do that. So none of my manuals have anything about shotgun in it. So you got to find a different book. But
you have to have a different manual. And I did hear from 3 different people. One of them is on this panel. Do not mess around with shotgun loads. It'll blow your gun up and you could get really hurt. And that's the one thing that I don't know if it scared me or draw me to it. You can be a little bit off, and it means a lot in the shotgun round. You put a little bit too much powder and a little bit too much shot, you're going to have a problem.
There you go, Georgia boy. 209s. These are old. They still work.
So, if one of y'all could show us the difference between a shotgun primer and say a large rifle or a small.
Yeah.
Hang on. I've been waiting to say this for a long time. Whip it out, Uncle Jim.
Okay, let me get you a large pistol primer to compare it to, but hang on.
Good giggly wiggly, them things are huge.
I should have something around here with a large pistol.
They're about a quarter inch long.
Okay, here's a large rifle. And okay, large rifle will be about the same. See the difference in size? Okay, let me grab a primer so we can I'll put a primer in one of these pockets so you can see the difference, okay? All right.
All right.
If you don't mind, I got my first Christmas card. Thank you, Broke Loader. I thought you tried to glitter bomb me, but there wasn't much glitter on it. So thank you so much.
Yeah, I'm so glad it didn't happen. I got mine today too. Thanks, Broke Loader.
I was nervous. I was cutting it open going, did he get me?
Okay, there's a large pistol compared to a 209 shotgun. So it's smaller. You can see the ring.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Is that good enough, or should I put one in the crevice here? Oh,
No, that's drop some.
That's money on the ground. Money on the ground.
Don't lose those. We're not worth all that.
Dang, I wanted to jump to the screen for him.
typical of my day or my week.
Well, that's what happens when you wear your hair like that. I mean,
Hey, I love the
welcome to
mullets.
Molar
man.
World.
Rock the mullets, people. I feel
You got
so
that-
young. I
You
feel
got
like
that
I'm
Robert Plant look going on
I
there.
feel like I'm 30 years younger with this thing on. Yeah, baby.
What are you
So-
doing? What the fuck are you doing?
I got a question, and I bet Scotsman's thinking the same thing. If we were going to get into shotgun loading, is the lead load all? Is that a good value for the money, or do we need to skip the lead and go straight to the mech or something?
I would say go straight to the Mac.
I would, I would say,
Mac.
yeah, I would say if you can find a mech on Craigslist for the same price, go with the mech because it's not plasticky. It's solid. It's rock solid, but it will work. The lead will work. But my 20 gauge.
Oh no, she's on the side.
20 gauge press I got for $30, and that is the Size Master. That's the deluxe one. So, and the other one I got for $50, the 12 gauge mech. So junior. So you can find them used. People give up on it, and you can find them out there. So it's up to you. But I will say the mech is all solid. I mean, it's rock solid. So
Before we used to be able to find them pretty cheap. Right now, people are asking. I was just looking on my phone. James Pollard has the Lee one, I believe, the one with the big canister and it holds everything together.
Right.
I've seen him demonstrate that, and it looks like it works fine. It's just right now these guys are wanting $200 to $300 for used shotgun press. I'm not going near there when they used to be $30 6 months ago.
yeah, I wouldn't do
They were
that.
giving them away.
I wouldn't do that. But I do like how when you're sliding the mech shells in, going, from one to the other, it's nice and everything is solid on it. The lead's going to work just like Lee stuff. So whatever you can get at a good deal, put it that way.
Well, George Boy, I hope you do a video about that when you start using it.
Oh,
So Bruce Loader says he has both the Lee and the mech, and he likes the mech better.
Yeah, Georgia boy, my 12 gauge is a Mech Junior 600. So I have the same as you got on 12 gauge.
I love this Texan that Julio sent me. It works amazing. Yes, I've really messed up some 12 gauge or some 12 gauge shells. I have made some mistakes, but that's because I didn't know what I was doing. I still don't know what I'm doing, but I can make
Me
a slug
too.
that you don't want to be on either end of it.
Well, and that's the thing with shotgun. I think a lot of people get pushed away from it because it's so easy to screw up.
Yeah,
And most of the times, you're depending on the load, your pressure's already up there as it is already. So you kind of on the edge. When they're that high, I don't mess with them. But when they're like 9,000, maybe 10, I'll fiddle around with it. But once they're up there about 11,000 some change, I will leave it alone. I don't really mess with it.
yeah. My slug loads were around 15, and you can ask Willie. They weren't fun to shoot. It's like you
And
better take aim and shoot it.
and there's really no need to max it out. A slug at slow velocity is devastating.
Hmm.
There's no need to go max. Yeah.
I just used the scoop.
Yeah, so I'm saying just keep subtracting until you're comfortable with the load. And then have a dowel with you because a shotgun gets a wash spark. It's easy to just knock it out with a dowel, and it's not like a rifle.
Right. Yeah, Willie pulled the trigger and he goes, "Hope you don't have any more."
It was just like when I shot Pat's 458 SOCOM. Oh, these are light. Don't worry about it. I wasn't in my pocket, my shoulder. I fired it up and said, ow.
I had a bruise on my shoulder that week. Yes.
I was like, that hurt. You could. And in the video, I said, I'm done. Take it away, please.
I said, "Yeah, I'm gonna back those down a little bit."
Well, I know.
Dangerous, but man, they weren't fun to shoot either.
I know that there's certain loads for shotgun, like slugs and buckshot, that can be fairly expensive. But as far as your everyday, just your $6-7 box, is it worthwhile to like birdshot? Is it worthwhile to load, or is it better to just buy it?
It all depends. So if you're using steel, you're better off buying it. If you're using for a target, if you don't mind the 1 1/8, it's cheaper to buy it. But I load mine for 1 ounce. I mean, I load mine for 7/8 ounce, and I'm working at 3/4 ounce next. So you're not gonna find those in the store. So those you have to create your own, and they're very light recoil. You can enjoy busting clays all day, no problem.
Mm-hmm.
You need the 1 1/8 beating up on your shoulder.
Now, one question. You guys who make your shotgun rounds, are you powder coating the shot, the lead,
No,
or just shooting just raw lead?
you'll never touch the barrel.
Yeah, it's going to be in the cup.
Yeah, because I was watching CW Longshot's videos where he was loading some 410s and he powder coated them. I was just seeing if it's worth powder coating or not.
I powder coat the buck just for handling, and it's so easy to powder coat. It doesn't stick to the screen or anything, and that it's just for handling when you're messing with it. The buckshot, yes. Birdshot, no. Birdshot is so expensive by the pound. It's better to just buy it cheap for $20 a case of it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
And sometimes certain buckshots load, it's not encased in a wad. It's just sitting there inside a hole. So you're gonna get leading with that. So that I will powder coat or use like 45, 10.
Yeah.
But if it's encased in a wad, the wad will protect the barrel for leading.
Okay.
And it's so easy to powder coat. See these babies right there?
Yeah, it looks
That's
good.
Ford Light Blue right there. I shouldn't have wasted Ford Light Blue, but that's some big ones there. But it's easy to powder coat. It doesn't stick. And yeah.
Do you have to size them?
No.
Well, just get a mold that fits in your 12 or 20 gauge. Figure out how many fit in there, and yeah.
Well, the standard load for number 4 buck is 19 pellets.
Mm.
That sounds about right. I sent you some $4.
You did, which is why I bought the mold for number 4 buck, because I really like it.
That's funny,
And
Blue Healer.
those are a pain because you got to cut them all apart after you cast them.
Yeah,
It's
a process.
If you have like a 2-cavity mold or whatever, where you can just open it up and it drops out, you don't have to cut them up. For the bigger buck, that is really nice. I got to do that.
I've been thinking about getting a double alt 2-cavity buck mold just because of what it is, and that way I wouldn't have to cut them apart and all. Cause hang on, I got some right here. I cast some up the other day.
Yeah, I think I got smaller.
Wow, none of them are available anymore, Georgia Boy.
Georgia Boy, did you look at on Lee's website or Midway or?
Here we go. Here's some. They're all powder coated. Look at that. Ah, yes. It's much more pleasant to handle them powder coated than lead, and that's Harbor Freight and some blue.
How are you standing them up, Uncle Jim?
Huh?
How are you standing them up? Blue Healer wanted to know that.
You can't stand up the balls. You can't stand your balls, Willie.
What you end up with is a whole bunch of these coming out of the mold, and you got to come apart. This is number 4 buck.
Yeah,
and you got to cut them apart, and you got to get the mold hot, and it's real finicky, but it is doable.
Yeah, these little guys, you got to snip them. This number 4. And they got little flat spots. Let me pick out one to show you.
There you go, Blue Healer. That's how you can stand them up. You put them on a little flat spot.
Yeah, here we go. Okay, when you cut them, unless you got a really good cutter, see that little flat spot? It's like a cut screw that sticks out. That's a bad example. It's worse than that sometimes.
I always see a fingernail needs to be cut.
See that? It's got a little thing on it.
Yeah.
And that's the problem with number 4 mold.
It's small. It's small buckshot. As like Georgia Boy says, that triple alt is that's an amazing round. Yes, ma'am.
I did see a person had a mold like an old fishing sinker. You know, you pour one side and flip it over and pour the other and then break it, and then you had to clip them, but that was kind of interesting. I was just thinking that's going to get hot as hell, even with the wood handles on it. You know, after a while, you're going to overheat that mold, but I know those were out there.
A guy out there, and that's called Marty's Mold, and he makes a lot of buckshots, round balls. I mean, anything you like, he makes.
Yeah, James,
I like Bubba Roundtree.
Yeah, I have 2 molds of these would be from buckshotmolds.com, which is still in business. One is the round ball, 68 cal. The reason I got 68 cal because the 69 cal sometimes marks up the hole, it's too thick. And the 68 cal fits perfectly.
Okay.
I don't want. So I got that size. And the buckshot mold is that it needs to be very, very hot because of the design. It looks more of a kind of a cast mold. Doesn't look like the aluminum like we have for our bullets. It's a whole different, and they run so hot that I gotta use a towel with gloves to hold onto the handle.
Wow.
and that's how they pour nicely. I mean, screaming hot.
Yeah.
And I don't quite like it too much, you know. So I'm looking to see if I could get into Marty's molds, but they're exactly like any type of material, you know, or Arsenal molds. It's the same type of aluminum, so you're gonna cast better.
Well, I will say number 4, you got to get that mold hot to fill out the bottom cavities because it's an 18 cavity mold,
Whoa.
and
Yeah,
they're
I
all
had to
tiny
make
little.
the number 4 buckshot. I had to drill it just a little bigger, so they could cast better. The spruce a little thicker, but I get them to cast because they're so small. You know, they don't. It takes a while to get them going.
There's
Yes.
Lever Guns 50. Hey, man.
Hey, lever guns, I did a little gravy innuendo in the last video.
Yeah, I saw Cookie try to do the big cavity for buckshot, and he had a hell of a time until it got smoking hot. You get the
Yeah,
lead
no,
down in it.
it's tough. You gotta get them very, very hot.
You know, do
Yeah.
the top row, but it wouldn't do the bottom row or something like that. If I
Yes.
remember.
When you have a whole bunch of cavities and you got to get down below, you got to get the mold hot and the lead right to get them to fill. I'll get 17 out of 18 cavity mold. I always get one reject.
Mm. And another thing I do is when I'm gonna make even though it could be on the load manual, when I'm gonna make a trial haul to see all the components fit in nicely, I size it and I pop the old primer back in, and I put it all together and I see how it crimps or how it functions. If I'm happy with it, then I'll continue on with light primers. Like that, you don't have to worry about putting a light primer. You go crimp it, and it's a total disaster, or it's too much pressure. You crushed it. You know, so you get to figure it out before you lose primers.
Are they that easy to crush?
Oh yeah, enough. Put a lot of pressure in it, you will crush one. Very easy. It's a very flimsy plastic, you know.
Okay, we got Preacher's Day off. That deer slayer is in here.
Oh, yeah.
Nice
That
deer
jerk,
season, Preacher. I'm envious.
that
Yeah.
jerky looked really good. He made.
Yeah, good year. Yeah, the
He has
turkey.
been blessed.
Blue Healer 260 ordered that mold. You'll love that mold. I hope you got the 6 cavity, but the two cavity uh, do you well too. What I like about the cavity is my bullets are more consistent. If that
Oh,
makes any sense,
he's got a 35 ram.
he does.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, Blue Healer, check out your data for. I know this is going to sound crazy, but I swear it works. Um, Western Ramshot TAC and H335 worked well for me in 35 Remington. And of course, Georgia Boy will tell you 3031 works in everything. So
Um, Georgia Boy has got 1,000 Shadite 209 primers. They're basically the same as the Winchester 209 primer. They're a little fatter, and you're gonna open up the hole quite a bit. So I will leave those holes separately from your regular 209s. You just put them in a bucket and mark them Shadite. Like that, you know those are the pockets a little wider.
Good tip,
Primer
Julio.
pocket.
Never noticed that. Thank you, Julio.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Good supper, Jim.
Not she hasn't yelled at me yet, so not ready.
Thought I heard a fork.
I just got yelled at. That's why
It's Kyle's eating. Kyle's the one eating. I heard it. Silverware on the plate. You can't hide food from the fat man.
I got yelled at. It's time to eat.
all right, these preachers like 3031, but I ain't gonna tell you no lies. I'm telling you, Blue Healer, the Western Ramshot Tack in 35 Remington won't do you wrong. And
Now, but
as a matter of fact, go ahead, Scott.
Oh, just Daniel being funny in the chat.
I was going to say back to shotguns. Isn't dot powder the best way to go? The dots.
Blue dot. I like blue dot, but you do get a lot of unburned powder in there.
Oh Lord.
I don't have Herco. Herco will be a better replacement for blue dot. They also have IMR blue, which is equally to blue dot, but I haven't tried it to see how it is.
Interesting.
We need to get a pound of it and give that a try to see how it's the burn on there. But if you got like, let's say you got 30 grains of blue dot, you can use 30 grains of IMR. The same thing,
So
IMR red, green.
would you say for someone who's new to it to partner up with someone else who's done it for a while?
Say that again. We couldn't quite hear you.
I said, would you say to partner up with someone else that's done it for a while if you haven't done it before?
I would. You could use like bubble around to your door. It does very nice reloading sessions there. You could look around YouTube, but it's good to go by what other people has actually tried.
Yeah, what you said, Scotsman. I believe that's good for any reloader. To team up with someone who's been doing
Right,
it a
so
while
that's
if they're by there.
in order to do things the right way.
That's just mean, preacher.
And get a book and read.
Yeah.
No, I haven't found one yet. I gotta hit the parkway to see if I find a dead deer on the side of the road.
Daniel, they were talking about buckshot, man. Big shot. So, from what I understand, and y'all can correct me because I know I'm wrong. So, like 4-aught would be smaller than double aught or
Oh yeah.
bigger.
Oh yeah. I can show you a little thing. Hang on.
They have a little chart. It might be that's what he's gonna show you, and it gives you there are actually difference between the regular shot and like if you have shot and steel, there are big difference between them.
Here, blow that up. And then I got called for dinner. Oh, is that upside down? There's your different size shots next to each other.
Number
Keep out of
4,
reach of children.
1, double aught, and triple aught.
Yeah, see the number 4 at the very end. And then your double aught right there. Anyway, I got called for dinner. Thanks for having me on, guys. Appreciate it. And good info, Julio.
Are you
Scotsman, Willie, Kyle, Jamie, Julio. Thanks.
Maybe we'll see you tomorrow.
Thanks,
Dude.
guys. Love you guys.
all right,
Thanks for popping in, Uncle Jim. We'll see you tomorrow night.
All right. I'll be in the side chat. Thank you.
Ah,
Thank you.
All right.
I still like his hobo thing he does, though. I still like that, weighing out the shot so you know what to do, what you can put in it.
Yeah, that's the only way I can do it.
And I have had loads that I ripped the head right off of it. You go extract the hull, and half of it is gone right down the barrel.
Wow.
Yeah, I had a few of those done. So, oops, that load is no good, so I don't bother with it. But I had that happen already.
So green dot, is that the dots? All right, enlighten me. Is that Alliant accurate?
That's actually Alliant.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they make red dot, blue dot, green dot.
I like the dots. Red dot, green dot. What's the other one? Herco's another good one. mainly the powders that I use a lot for shotgun is Hodgdon, 800X, 700X, Universal, Long Shot.
Did you see what Marvin said? Is it a cut shot?
No, it wasn't. It was a full 2 3/4. And I guess the pressure was a little high, and it took the head right off, cut it in half.
Yeah, that cut shot seems
It was
crazy
a
to
blue
me.
dot, and I did feel it. I felt it when it knocked my shoulder very hard. It's like, wow. When I extracted it, that's what it was.
Yeah, that cut shot seems dangerous to me. I know a lot of people do it playing around, but
Right.
again, I don't know anything about shotguns, so this is all new to me.
Yeah, no, mine wasn't a cut and cut. That was me doing some invention, and that didn't work out too well.
You're
I'll
just
tell
playing
you
around.
this. I was at the range one day and I was shooting. I think I was sighting in my 270 at 100 yards. I can't remember exactly what I was doing, but I had a target up at 100. This guy beside me was shooting his shotgun. He was loading slugs for deer season, and he was sighting it in at 50, and he was at an angle, and his 50-yard shots were hitting my target at 100. So
Wow.
they're plenty strong. Don't know about the wax slugs, but the
Yeah.
cut shot, that's a old school method of I don't know. I don't know what you'd use them for. Maybe killing deer. I don't know.
I have tried, but it's good if you feed them one at a time. But if you put some in the magazine, it will get hot that the wax starts melting again. So you create kind of a little mess there. So you do something like that, feed them one at a time.
I've done hot glue pistol rounds. Those are fun. Just with primers
Yeah,
till one flags back and hits you.
yeah. And before when we had plenty of primers,
Exactly.
you don't do that right now.
No, sir.
No.
Oh, look at Kenny doing the 3D printed 44 mags.
Yeah, and they shot pretty good too.
Yeah, can you imagine that? Well, officer, he came out of my house. What'd you shoot him with? 3D printed bullet?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ATF would love that one.
Exactly.
Yeah. They take 3D printer out of them off the market. Bad enough they're already complaining when they were making lowers with 3D printing.
Yep.
Not me, man. Not me. But yeah, the shotgun thing seems interesting. I'll tell y'all the reason I was thinking about it is the guy who owns the property I deer hunt on. Um, his son is into competition shotgun stuff, and it would just tickle me to death if I was able to supply him all his shotgun rounds, particularly like what you were saying, Julio. He's a little guy, and I don't know what he's shooting now, but if I could load him some like you said, 7/8 or 3/4 that he could shoot all day long, because they got to go through at least 100 rounds on one of those shoots.
Yeah, no, I started 1 ounce. It's okay, so let me go with 7/8 ounce, and I enjoy the 7/8 ounce better than I did the 1 ounce. Now I'm gonna do the 3/4 ounce.
I'm telling you, I've had a lot of fun with it, just playing around with buckshot and slugs, which is essentially what I wanted to load. But now that Willie
I didn't send you that much.
sent me a handful of shot, I can't wait to play around with that, and I may get me a shot dribbler. I don't know. I mean,
Well, you guys in Georgia can still get all that lead. Me, I'll be having zinc coming out of that shotgun barrel.
I think that might be pretty hard to really get small drip.
I know. I'm just playing around.
Yeah. But you never know. Maybe you get the right heat and it might work.
Yeah, could you imagine a zinc slug? Oh, that'd tear a car apart.
Ooh.
God
Oh,
almighty.
yeah.
Y'all say hey to Squatch. Miss
Hey,
you, brother.
Squatch.
Wish you was here.
I enjoyed his priming video he had on the other day.
Mm-hmm.
To me, there's nothing finer than just sitting next to my wife watching TV priming. Hand priming.
Mm.
Is that because you like priming or sitting next to your wife?
Both. It makes Mrs. Bulletman a little nicer to Mr. Bulletman when he's by her.
You know I'm messing with you, brother.
I got you.
I never tried 357 shot shells, but it does say it does let the barrel up pretty good.
I've shot them. I've never had any issues with them.
No?
I mean, I don't shoot a ton of them.
Mm.
You know, I'm sure if you shot a ton of them, you'd probably let it up pretty good. But
Yeah, it's good if you have a snake in a property or something like
Oh,
that.
it's the snake shot? Yeah,
Yeah,
I've shot
the
some.
Yeah.
I shot the 45, the 38, the 22. I've shot them all.
Yeah, I've shot quite a bit of 22 rat shot, is what we call it. But I've never tried it in 357. I don't have a clue what it would do.
there's not a whole lot to them.
No, there's really not. It patterns pretty good, though. It does a pretty good pattern.
You shoot it out of a full-size Smith. There's nothing to it, but it does pattern pretty good. It patterns pretty tight.
Good enough to kill that snake.
Damn
Of course,
right.
the shovel's good enough to kill a snake, too.
It is, but it's more fun to shoot it.
That's true. Just sack up and get a shovel. You don't
I
need
don't
no
know.
snake
Willie,
shot.
I've never shot a shovel.
Hey, I'm telling you. It's all you need is a shovel to take care of that snake.
So Daniel found 2,000 primers today. Jerry jumped in. Thanks for joining us, Jerry.
2,000 primers. Good score.
Mhm.
You know why you found 2,000 primers?
Because
I didn't get off work and get there early today. I decided not to go today. I went last week and got 2,000 primers. I got there last week. I got there at like 11 o'clock on the dot. Store don't open until 12. Dan was like, "Why'd you get there so early?" He found out later on. Sure enough, when he got there, there was a decent sized line.
Damn.
Yeah, the line started picking up right around 20 after.
Mm.
But when I pulled in, there was like 4 other cars pulled in right behind me.
This time of the world is just creepy to me. But it allows for. Never mind. We're not talking about this on this channel. We're talking about shotguns.
What I'm mad about is I didn't realize I had a shot show here in my town last weekend. No flyers, nothing put up. Had no idea they were doing a shot show here.
Mm.
Imagine that. They're not advertising gun-related things in California. I could never believe that, Willie.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't do it here either. They used to hold shows here. They canceled that because they say he's evil.
Used to be
All right,
every
so-
month I could count on a shot show either in Modesto, California, or here in Turlock. But nope. Next one's in Lodi, and I'm going to go to that one.
So we have the age-old argument. The longer the barrel, the sharper the pattern, or the tighter the pattern, or whatever. Julio, what do you think?
I have a 28-inch barrel, but mine was for my shotgun's for waterfowls. That's why it came with that long barrel.
Yep.
But I do pretty good with it. I just have a few different chokes. And
it's pretty hard to shoot skeet with that long ass barrel though.
actually, I do very well with it.
Really,
That long barrel.
I was gonna say a lot of people shoot skeet with a much longer barrel than that.
Yeah, and I put
I had a
put a full
a
clip on it.
32. I had a 32-inch 20 gauge, and I was lethal with that thing, but it just got in the way. You couldn't do it, and didn't have enough power to take down what I wanted to take down with it. It was just a skeet shooter, is all it was.
Yeah. Yeah, your pattern is really gonna depend on the chokes more than anything.
Yes, he was, Georgia boy. So we got Wallace Barbellis out there.
Like if you go to Carson's website, you see all the different choke patterns there. It's unbelievable how many chokes there are.
Oh yeah,
It is, isn't it? It seems like every other month they come out with a new shotgun choke.
Mhm.
There's tons of them out there. There's all kinds of extended chokes. I mean, you name it. I couldn't keep up with it.
You know, I have a rifle choke, and I use that, and I use it with the slugs, and it does better with it than it does without it.
I've got I guess 16-inch barreled 12 gauge pump, and then I've got a 28, I would say, 12 gauge pump, and I really can't see any accuracy difference between the two at 50 yards.
May I make a slight correction? You have a 18 and 1/2 inch barrel 12 gauge pump.
Oh, is that what the partner is?
No, that's the legal limit in the state of Georgia.
Well, okay, then that's what it is. I thought it was 16-inch. Okay, fine, whatever. But I know for a fact the 870 is a 28-inch barrel. I can't really see a difference between the two with buckshot or which that baffled me with buckshot or these slugs as far as accuracy. So you don't need a 437-inch barrel shotgun to hunt turkey. You know that's apparent, but I really couldn't see a difference. I used to have a 36-inch 12 gauge Benelli Supernova, and oh my god, that thing weighed a ton. But it would hit what you were aiming at, you know. So what's your point on, or what's your thoughts on barrel length?
Well, Ozark said it perfectly out there. It's a longer sight picture, and usually that'll work better for a lot of people.
It's pretty easy, Daniel.
Preacher,
It's like
come on.
some guys do turkey hunting, a lot of them prefer shorter barrels.
Oh, see, I would think that turkey hunting you'd prefer a longer barrel. That way, it would keep a tighter pattern. That's what I'm asking.
Yeah, I mean, I like it longer because I'm assuming you're gonna get more distance than you do with the shorter barrel. But if you look for some other website, you look at Mossberg, you look for a turkey gun, they got short barrels.
Yeah, Mossberg's running what 19, 22 inches.
Yeah, Weatherby was doing the same way. They were short barrels for their turkey.
Well, Daniel, it was divided. I thought it was plus, so my bad, dude. Yeah, 33 divided by 1,000 is much tougher than 33 plus 1,000. That's 1,033. So anyway, conservative sniper hunter a ways back asked, did we notice that after election, there's generally a mass shooting somewhere, and then they all start putting heat on the president to do this, that, and the other. Yeah,
Just don't do it here.
right. Don't even think about it. That's my point. Plowboys Ghost. The minimum shotgun barrel length is 18 inches, but everybody cuts them at 18 and a half, so they make sure that they're not
Yeah.
violating the law.
And
And my turkey
Raleigh,
gun is a Mossberg 500 with a 24-inch barrel and an extra full choke.
Wow.
and Raleigh, I think you pronounce the name. You use a double lock with a turkey choke. I would say no because the buckshot chokes is different from turkeys. And most of the turkey chokes are ported. The one I have is ported.
That was very,
Yeah, I wouldn't.
very miserable.
Yeah, good point, Pastor. Let me get you up here. Yeah, one of those is all you need, bud. One
Oh
of
yeah,
those.
one that's enough.
Oh, that's what you're supposed to shoot turkey with.
Yeah. I use 3 inch. I don't go
I,
any bigger than that.
I've bagged a couple of nice turkey, and they've all been with 3.5 inch. Because that's all I'd ever go turkey hunting with. Using a Mossberg 835 or that Benelli Supernova.
Yeah, 3.5 inches, a big bang.
Well, tell you what, Julio, them 2 3/4 slugs that I loaded up, that's what we got. Even
Three and a
Willie,
half inches.
yeah,
Shooting
even
three and a
Willie
half
went,
inches would be
oh,
perfect.
I hope you don't have any more. I'm like, no, we're done.
No, that hurt.
But Plowboy, it's not under 18, so it's legal. So you're good, man.
Yep. It's not
Yeah.
a SBS at that point, is it, baby girl? Huh? Is it? No, no, it's not. No, no. I'm sorry, I'm talking to my dog.
It's surprising. A lot of guys like 10 gauge, but it seems like there's a lot more options for a 12 gauge than is for a 10. For a
And
10 is too little.
okay, that's a good situation to jump in on. I actually agree with you. You can get a 10 gauge, you can get an 8 gauge. I even saw a 4 gauge, but I'll be damned if I wanted to shoot it. You can do anything with a 12 gauge. And if you just want to play around, get you a 20 gauge. 410's too expensive right now or forever. 20 gauge is still doable. But if you're looking to take down, this is my opinion, if you're looking to take down game or anything else, there's a lot more options with 12 gauge. 10 gauge is pretty much a damn goose gun. You know, if you ain't
Mm,
shooting geese at 300 feet elevation, then you don't need that.
Good night, preacher.
Good night, preacher.
Everyone needs a 10 gauge, man. It's fun.
You got a 10 gauge?
I fired a 6 gauge once. Never shoot it again.
I shot a 10 gauge once, and I was about 8 years old, and it knocked me flat on my back. And I
I was
went,
probably, I think I was 16 when I fired it. The guy had it at gun range. Big monster bitch. And I was like, yeah, I want to shoot it. He goes, sure, go ahead. Let me hold on to it. Thank God he held on to it because that thing, like one of those commercials, you see a kid falling down. That's why I felt like I was going to hit the ground when that thing went off.
James Pollard, if you're hunting lakes and you shoot them, what are you gonna do with it? You just gonna bottle it up and take it home with you? I'm sorry, I had to say that. He said lake hunting.
Yeah, I got a 20 gauge, a little single shot. I bought a matching pair of them when my son turned 10, and
Mm.
he has since lost his, but I still have mine. They were consecutive serial numbers. Uh,
Oh, that's nice.
New England Arms, I think.
Oh yeah,
Y'all remember them?
little single shots.
Little single shot,
Oh
break
yeah,
open.
oh, yeah. Those were great. I had one in 12 gauge.
That's one thing. Go ahead, Kyle. I'm sorry.
It's not like they're hard to clean. Open them up, Q-tip, run the bore brush through it, and you're done. I mean,
That is one
great
thing I need to buy. I need to buy a shotgun. I only have the single shot H&R 12 gauge. Never. I've had other shotguns and I've always traded them off because I got a good deal and I sold them for more. But it's time to get an 870 or something, at least something.
As long as they're legal there, I don't know.
They still are. The shotguns are still legal here. I don't remember how many rounds you can keep in. I think 3, is it? In the tube?
I'm pretty sure it's 3.
Yeah, I plug in there for 3, 2 in the mag and 1 in the pipe.
Yep, that's
crazy.
Standard. Well, that's hunting standard here in Georgia.
Right. So
You can have however many it'll hold, but if you're hunting in the woods, actively hunting, there better only be 3 rounds in it.
Mm-hmm.
DNR shows up, you've had a bad day if you got that baby loaded up.
Oh, yes.
They'll take everything you own. What you got, baby? Ooh, you got the goodies.
I don't know if it's had enough time to refrigerate.
Talking about Mexican food, my wife made shredded chicken and shrimp tacos, and they were quite good for a white girl.
That actually sounds pretty damn good.
Yeah,
it was.
Are we good?
Well.
Are we good?
You know, I think the 1100 and the 870 has kept Remington in business for a lot of years until now. They've just
if you can find an old Wingmaster, absolutely jump all over it. My Wingmaster is probably over 40 years old. It's still in great shape and shoots like a charm.
I've got a couple of each, and I love them. But Willie, if you're looking for a value 12 gauge, go with that H&R partner pump. It's a Remington 870 knockoff. Anything you can buy for a Remington 870 will fit that shotgun, and they are dirt cheap compared to Remingtons. I mean, you can tell the quality's not there. They still function amazingly well. Only reason I bought it was because it was $110, and I had another 12 gauge shotgun. So
Chico's here.
Chico.
On the side chat.
He's off the reservation.
Nothing wrong with that.
And also another thing, some chokes do fit certain brands. Like mine's a Weatherby, and the chokes from Winchester and Mossberg will fit my Weatherby.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yeah, a lot of them fit several different brands. It's from what I found, it's the way that you screw them in. You know, the wrench that they take. I may be wrong in that assessment, but it's the wrench that it takes. I've had some Remingtons that took a very special wrench, like my Benelli Supernova took an extremely special wrench, and that thing was cheap.
Most of them is going to be the thread pattern on the choke.
Yeah, I got my buddy at Benelli Super Pump. He loves this. He wanted an 870. But I'm glad I listened to the salesman and got him the Benelli.
I
Because that's
love
when they were cheap.
I
Now
love Benelli. It
they're
was
a lot of money.
it was full camo, long barrel, 3.5-inch chambered. Let's do it. And I got a great deal on it. And I shot the crap out of that thing. I mean, it was wore out when I got rid of it. If you've ever worn out a shotgun, I mean, think about it. I love that damn shotgun. It was great. I probably shot, I would say, 30,000 rounds through it. I just love that shotgun. And a lot of them were at turkey and deer. I took a couple of deer with it, and I took a couple of turkey with it. Took a lot of skeet with it, but it was a 20-pound shotgun, so hang on to it.
Chico must be at Myrtle Beach.
Yeah, Chico's doing something.
So, anybody know of any primers in South Carolina? Y'all answer up and let Chico know. All I can tell you, brother, start looking in the local gun stores. You might find some.
Mm-hmm.
Where you start taking punches and reflattening ours and filling it up with match heads, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, I have OCD, and I've seen some of the price tags on them suckers.
They can get up there. It all depends. Condition is everything with an Ivory Johnson. Condition is everything. They make a lot of. You'll find some handguns of their steel out there. You gotta know what you're looking at because they can get up there pretty fast. But I gotta jump off, man. I appreciate it, brother. I gotta get ready and head out to work. So good to see everyone. Good to see you on the side chat. Appreciate you all.
Nice to see you.
Take a shower, you smelly bastard.
I got a story for you. Scotsman. We'll talk soon.
All right, sounds good, brother.
All right, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Have a great night, brother.
Later.
So we're glad to have the Scotsman. Don't work too hard, brother.
Yeah, he's very knowledgeable. That's what I like about the Scotsman.
He is very knowledgeable. And I appreciate every amount of knowledge that he's given me over the years. And it has been years.
I wish I could think of OCD. I wish I could remember the name brand of those very fine double barrel shotguns, and they are like thousands. And buy them now, they're all redone from the originals. But if you can find an original that doesn't need any,
hang on. Let me find my phone. Hang on. Does anybody know where to get 20 gauge full brass shells? I'll get you the name of that. I'll get you the name of that shotgun here in a minute.
At Midway sells brass shells.
That's what I thought. That's where I told him to go. But hang on, Jamie. I can get you the name of that shotgun right now. The Stagecoach model.
no, they're fine hunting guns. Yes,
Are you talking about
those
Browning Satori's or whatever?
Fox was what I was thinking of. Edward Petty said Parker. I'm sure they're fine too, but yeah, I've seen some of those LC Smiths and Fox. I've never heard of the Purdy's, but yeah, man, those things are unbelievably expensive. That is a pretty good deal. Steve Stevens, Fox, they are pricey. Yes, they are. But golly, you talking about a beautiful piece, man. Those things are.
Oh yeah, some shotguns are like they're not meant to be shot. They just did to admire. It's a beautiful artwork on the receiver. It's beautiful stuff.
Yeah, it's gun safe jewelry is what it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
Now, you want to see some gun safe jewelry, go to henryusa.com and request the free lever gun catalog.
Hmm.
Holy crap. There are some beautiful rifles in there, but man, whew,
Actually, I think they got this for Kenny. I believe they got the same rebate as they did a few years back, a $75 rebate. But now it's called a Compass 2. I guess they redid it again from the old Compass. I guess they had a lot of problems.
oh, they brought it back.
Yeah, they brought it back, and that's called a Compass 2. Yeah, I
You had,
believe it's
you
cut
haven't
out.
lived till you shot a 7 millimeter Magnum pistol. Ithaca, yeah. It's been a minute since I heard that name, Fuzz.
Hmm.
I've got a rifle. My first rifle was made by them. The Ted Williams bought it at Sears. It was the gun I got when I was 10 years old.
Georgia boy, I don't know if you're looking for a collector's item or something like that to hand down to your son, but a Winchester Model 13 was a fantastic 20 gauge for me when I was growing up.
Is that
Just
a pump?
yep, standard pump shotgun, maybe at 1300. That's what it was, 1300.
I think it was a 13 because I had a 12 gauge 1300. That sucker hurt. It,
This 20 gauge was great. I've dropped it in rivers and creeks and stuff like that. Out squirrel hunting, just pick it up, turn it upside down, cycle it about 2 times, get all the rounds out of it, and go back to business. It was a fan. I think it was a Winchester 1300. It was either a 13 or a 1300. It's just been a minute, but that was a fantastic shotgun. You can use that thing as a splint, use it as a, whatever you need.
There was a lot of problems with the people complaining about the barrel. I mean, mine did pretty good. It took a while to get a decent load out of it, but I could do, very nice grouping at 100 yards, but it took a while. But there were barrel issues. I don't know if it's the twist rate they had was 1 in 12. Maybe the barrel was a little too thin, but that was a big complaint with that Compass.
Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of the Compass too right now. It's not a bad looking little rig.
No, they actually did it. Yeah.
I think Johnny's reloading bench had big time trouble out of his
Mm.
300 Winchester Magnum. Uh, that's 30 caliber.
Yeah, that's what I just looked at. It was 417 right now, at least on their website.
Yeah. Now I want to get me another 308, and then I'll take the one Compass I have and do a project out of that. Change the barrel. The barrel. Something else.
Well, that's what Eagle Eye was saying early. He rebarrels those,
Yeah.
and he's getting some good groups.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. Take that barrel out of there. Yeah, I spoke to Eagle about that a while back.
You probably get that drop in barrel, just buy a go and no go gauge and do it yourself.
Hmm.
I forget the name of that company, but you remember the name of that company, Jamie?
No, I don't. Good night, Daniel.
Yeah,
Good night, Daniel.
Um, wow, Chico, you got to be kidding me. 1.3 thousand views in 24 hours.
I saw that this morning at 5:15.
Yeah, there was a some guy or whoever it was on Instagram. Maybe that's what Chico's talking about.
Yes,
They
sir.
said they had all types of ammo, 9 millimeter, 308, 380, you name it.
Yep.
Good
Now
You
it's
night,
got
not.
Marvin.
anything you
It's
want.
not
Good night, Marvin.
And Twisted Twine.
a
Y'all
good
have
night,
a good
Marvin.
evening.
Good night,
Yeah,
junk people.
that's bad if people are scamming people now. And you know there are people like that, but
Oh yeah.
that's bullshit.
It
Yeah,
was
I
five
saw.
fifteen. It was 5:15 this morning. I pulled up Instagram and I'm sitting there going, "What?" And I'm reading through his post. I'm like,
Mhm.
it took me about to the third slide to go, Chico's messing with this dude.
Yeah, I mean, it showed literally pallets, and I said, wait a minute, if these
Yeah,
stores
if you
cannot
got
supply
pallets of
these
this
whole
shit,
house.
how
Yeah,
come this store right here don't have a box?
exactly. So that's why I found that iffy.
Well, there
Yeah,
was a company I saw on, I don't know, it wasn't Facebook, it was somewhere like that, offering to buy your unopened 9 mil ammo. They're pleading for people to sell them ammo.
all of my loaded ammo is unopened.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't think it's going to come to that. I just don't. I really don't.
Well, I had a certain individual at work wanting to know if I had any ammo for sale because he's a good kid and he just can't find any to shoot. I was like, yeah, I'll bring you a couple of hundred, whatever. And all of a sudden, everybody else at work was like vultures. And I'm like, you got any wheel weights?
No, I'd be like, you got primers to replace and powder to
Yeah, no
replace that
doubt,
stuff?
no doubt. You got
Yeah,
prime.
It's not like that where it used to be, okay, yeah, give me $10 or whatever to cover it. No, not no
yeah.
more. Nope,
Well,
sorry.
I got a 55 ammo can full of just whatever 40 cal, and
Yeah, but that
that's
was
sure
back.
I'll bring you a couple of packs, 100 rounds. That's fine. And I took that in. You got any 9 millimeters? Like the crackheads showed up. They had little white rings around their face and scratching their arms and all. I'm like, y'all need to go away.
It's just like toll paper right now again in California. You can't find it anywhere online. It says they have it. You place an order. Next day you get the order back saying, sorry, they canceled it. They don't have it after all. It's crazy.
That's amazing to me. I mean, why? I mean, Nancy Pelosi is going to go down as the Speaker of the House that was so full of shit, the rest of the country ran out of toilet paper. Did I say that out loud?
Scammers suck. That's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
I thought somebody would laugh at that.
Ha ha ha.
Thanks. Appreciate that.
You're welcome.
You just justified me.
Mm-hmm.
You have validated me.
Yeah, price, it's just ridiculous. I mean,
This whole thing is ridiculous.
everyone needs to stop buying. Just stop buying. Stop. Okay, ease back on your shooting if you're a reloader. Stop spending the big money on this crap, and let's get America back to where it used to be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
don't
no,
I look at it this way: 22s went from $9 for 500 to $30 for 500, and there ain't no difference between them because everyone kept gobbling them up, so they ripped the price up and they kept it there.
And the only reason it's still there is because y'all are paying it.
Exactly. If we'd stop buying the crap at this ridiculously price, maybe they'll get the hint and bring it back down. I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be expensive from now on.
I think you're right, Willie. I don't think it's coming back down.
Just the way
They have
22
no reason
went,
to.
just the way 22 long rifle went, you know damn well they're gonna say, wait, they paid $70 for 1,000 of primers, then they'll pay it again.
Yeah, that's crazy.
No,
You
no,
know, and that's the same thing.
I'll start figuring out how to rebuild primers.
That's why you helping people off at work. I'm sorry, can't help you. You're not my family. Sorry, can't help you.
Yeah, no, I don't really look for anybody. You know, that's less headaches. You know, something goes
God
wrong.
forbid something goes wrong, a gun blows up on him, and they really get hurt. You're
Yeah.
screwed.
I mean, I always check my loads and everything, but still,
We all do.
me only.
We
Yeah.
all are very careful on our loads, but stuff happens.
Yep.
Yep, you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I just keep it to myself, and that's it. I don't share
And
with no one.
I don't got no insurance to if I blow someone else's hand off, or someone else's arm or leg, maim them, not happening.
I did invite one coworker over to the house. Like, bring your own components. You can use my press.
That's different because you're right there, and they could
Yeah.
probably still sue you for you being there if they got hurt 10-1.
They can't sue me for using
They'll
their
sue you.
components on my press.
They will sue you somehow.
I'm
Trust
sure
me.
never mind. I'm sure there's a lawyer somewhere that'll find a way to spin it.
And we only have an hour left. Jamie just took his meds. I saw my buddy take his pills, so in an hour he's gonna be.
We got about 17 minutes.
Yeah, my leg is killing me. I'm holding out because there's only 4 of us.
I gotta eat all mine too.
Oh, my leg is burning.
Burn
Hate
it,
this
burn it. 20. Well, that's not terrible, but it's.
Yeah, it's come over here, Jerry, when you stop by. Go into a Big 5 because Walmart doesn't have that anymore. Go in there and price it out in Walmart or Big 5. I mean,
I've still got the Remington 550 boxes for $9.99. I've still got quite a few of those.
well, I have a couple of bricks that they said $10 on them, but now they're $30.
Oh hell! I watched a buddy of mine pay $68 for one of them. I'm like, you're stupid. Back when nobody could find 22 ammo, I'm like, why do you care? Come over to the house. I'll make you 8 9mm rounds, and that's about as much killing power as what you had in that box.
Georgia boy, that's smart. You can always shoot a pistol with that small rifle primer.
Yeah,
I've done it by mistake.
You can use them in pistol.
I've used small pistol and small rifle on accident, and they still went bang.
I've confused everything with everything, and it still went bang.
Makes you wonder if there's really a difference.
Chico's not even here, and he's giving y'all links to buy stuff. So,
Willie, we ask that question every Friday night.
I know. Is there a difference between small rifle and small pistol? Is there a real difference?
I ain't seen any difference between large rifle, small rifle, large pistol, small pistol, anything Magnum, this Magnum, that Magnum. I ain't seen
What wasn't it? Georgia boy did a chronograph, and there was minute difference between them. Oh no, that was Magnum and non-Magnum, was it? I don't remember. I thought it was on one of your live streams. Georgia boy said he tested that.
I think he did. He didn't shoot his though. Oh come on, somebody laugh. Jeez. Okay, nobody's gonna laugh. Got it.
I'm trying to read, Kyle.
yeah, that's about the only thing I know is different. How hard they are. How hard does the hammer have to hit it to make it go bang?
Right.
That's why I like Remington and Federals. They go bang no matter what. And Winchester. Only problem I ever had primers were CCI. That's the only primers I ever had problems with.
CCI has some really hard cups.
And that's all I use is CCI on everything.
Kenny and me both had problems with CCI primers.
They always went pretty much bang. only had one. They just went a little light pop. I mean, barely nothing, and that was it. But out of all the primers I got in, they always went bang with no problem.
I was
And
just
that's
looking up.
that's a pretty good spring tension, so that's gonna hit it pretty hard.
Yeah, but the bad thing is when I like me and Kenny called too. I remember him telling me. I called him saying, "Hey, you know what? This lot number, I had 21 primers not go off. I'm not asking for you to replace my primers. I'm just trying to give you the information." And he's like, "Well, you sure you know how to reload? Yeah. Did you crush this? Yeah, dude. I mean, hello. I've been doing this for a long time. I'm not brand new at this. I'm just letting you guys know that I had a problem and a friend of mine had a problem. Our lot numbers were close. So just letting you know, oh, well, our primers go off every time. Well, guess what? They didn't. I
If
went from a
ever
hammer.
on the phone says our primers go off every time, just hang up or say, "Can I speak to your supervisor?"
I went from a striker fired gun to a hammer gun, the same round, and click, 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 never went off. And the primer was so dented, it looked almost pierced. It wouldn't go off. So everyone's like, "Oh, because it was a Glock striker fire." No, I put it in a hammer gun, and it still didn't go off. So I don't know. I'm ranting. I'm sorry.
So y'all say hey to MCK.
Hey, Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Did you kill a deer yesterday, buddy? I hope so.
You better kill a deer tomorrow, Jamie.
I'm killing one tomorrow. So Chico gone. No, he ain't.
So this is what I've been doing today. So figure for sure the guy here in the show. Last time I loaded these rounds was in November of 2018. That's the last time I parked my shotgun. Because I've been doing metallic ever since. So now I'm going to load a few of these. And these are the Lyman pellet slugs. And these are weighing at 1 ounce.
Now back to shotgun rounds. Are they temperature sensitive? Or is there powder that's temperature sensitive?
I never had any problems doing it in the cold. Not like a rifle that you can notice the difference between warmer weather and cold. It always worked fine in the cold. Never had no problems.
I let you out. Jeez. Look around at me.
Yeah, I haven't played with it enough to be able to notice a difference.
Yeah, I was just curious because I know there are temperature sensitive powder in rifles, so I figured maybe with shotgun.
Remember, when you go like geese and duck hunting, you're usually in cold weather. So I'm assuming they prepare those powders for certain elements like that, anyways.
That's what I was just looking at, Julio.
Yeah.
I guess that would be like a PC Bullet Empire question because he's Mr. Dot Man. So.
Oh yeah, he loves the dots. Yeah.
But you can load 700X and 800X in shotgun. I thought I heard. Oh, I didn't know that. I'll be damned.
700. I loaded 700X, 800X, long shot, blue dot, unique, green dot.
Yeah, I guess they were all shotgun powders in the beginning, I guess.
Loaded.
Universal is not temperature sensitive.
And
blue dot is.
Oh.
Well, see, that's good to know.
In warmer weather, I think if you use cold weather, blue dot will use probably a Magnum primer to help it out a bit.
That's good to know. I was just curious on that. I just came to me.
I've done it in what they call it, and like in springtime, I shot with blue dot, and I'm still getting like unburned powder between both, very cold and. I guess depending on the climate you're in, most likely.
Well, is blue dot hotter than green dot?
Green dot is harder than blue dot.
Okay.
Green dot's a faster burning powder than blue dot. Blue's a little slow, on the slow
Okay.
side.
All right. 10-4. Do you have a favorite, say, buckshot load?
I can use I cannot use buckshot at the range, but because there's been issues before, and right now there's no buckshot allowed.
Is that an indoor range?
That's an outdoor range.
Oh, and they won't
When
allow
you use
buckshot in
wood,
an outdoor?
you not allow it. Nope.
Wow.
Slugs only.
Wow. So
Well,
are they blowing
okay.
the target frames apart?
That's what they're saying. What's up? Well, how if I bring my own target? I make my own target of PVC here. They won't allow it. They won't let me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
They're
that's
working on a section for that only, but they haven't done nothing about it yet.
What about your favorite slug load? What is your favorite slug to shoot?
My favorite slug is this one here, the 1 ounce pellet, and also the I have done a few with the Lee, and they have done very good with where'd they go? With this
Exactly.
wad,
Where is Tim to discuss the dots?
with this wad here from Ballistic Products at PT 1205. These are, I have them in PT 1215 and 1205. The 1215 you can fit a pellet slug, and this 1205 you can put in a Lee slug here, very nice, like a Sabo. And then I put a clear overshot car to hold it in there, and it does very well. And I use these with HS6, I believe it was, like a blue dot. It picked up too much space. It brought it too high. So the shot count was too high. So I believe I used HS6 if I'm not mistaken, or green dot, one of those two. It's been a while since I loaded these up, but it did very well.
One thing, Walter Davis, I've seen a lot of guys killing deer with that 180 grain 350 Legend. I've seen a lot of deer down with that round. I've never hunted with it, but a lot of deer fell this year to that round.
I'll say this. It's surprising. It's surprising to me at how accurate you can get it, and it's also surprising to me is how much it recoils. I think Julio will go along with that too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, when Kenny
Yeah,
first made that 350 Legend, sorry, that thing recoiled hard. I was surprised how hard it hit.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. I took some powder out when I took the factory ones apart. Cut the brass back and took some powder out of it, and it still kicked hard.
That was Federals that cracked on you, wasn't it?
Federals, yeah, yep.
That's
I
sad.
lost a lot of brass of Federal. It sucks. But I
Don't
got to
say
say,
that. I've got a bunch of slugs loaded in federal holes.
No, we're talking about rifle 350
yeah,
Legend.
350 Legends.
Oh.
Yeah, no.
I'm
This
sorry,
is
I'm always talking about shotgun.
yeah, this is the gold medal hull. The other people call the other Federals that they're red. Gold medal, those ain't gold medal. They're just regular cheap hulls you find in Walmart.
Right.
These are the gold ones, and these things on the bottom, they're solid plastic.
Right.
There's no glued in, wad in there, or nothing. It's just completely solid. And these
And
things are great with slugs.
I was going to say that
Over
it
again,
sounds like
crack.
what you're saying to somebody that's never seen it. It sounds like it's a cheap piece of junk, but no, it doesn't have the cheap junk inside of it. It's got the solid plastic. It's
Right.
a really good hull.
Yeah, because they say, oh, it's gold medal, and it's not. When it's gold medal, it will say gold medal stamped right on it.
Right. Hang on. Where's my bag? I've got a bag. Where's my bag? Oh no,
That's good of you, Andy. And Walter, I'll say this about the 350 Legend ammo. there's generally two grades. One of them is just a target round, 145 grain full metal jacket. The ones I got are I have some of those, and I have some Winchester deer season XPs that I'll be hunting with once I get my scope sighted in. So I'm hoping maybe one day coming up. We got a couple of days off for Thanksgiving, so I'm hoping I can go to the range, get that scope sighted in real good, and then the rest of the year I'll probably be using it.
Now, the range you took me to the second day, is that the one you normally go to? The one where Chico was with us?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice range. I liked all the free brass.
But my neighbor next door, I think he's got a place where we can shoot out to 150 yards. So all I have to do is walk down through the woods. Eventually, we'll get us a road so we can drive back there. And,
stay away from the chiggers.
Kinda, yeah, maybe a little bit. So, Walter, none of us have a lot of experience with 350 Legend, but I really like the round, and
I do too.
Julio has one as well, and
I'll tell you what, the accurate mold that CW Longshot sent me for a 270 grain lead bullet, thing shot lights out of that 350 Legend.
I'm telling you, it's a pretty impressive round. I shot Jamie's, and
for just a straight wall 223 case, it's not bad. It's not the end all. It's not an all end all be all round, not at all. But there's a lot of deer down on Facebook right now from it.
Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of that too. And
that's a great little starting kids rifle hunting, or your wife's rifle, Even though the recoil is a little hard. That's true, Georgia boy.
If they were to monitor their brass length problem they're having, that'd be perfect.
1.700.
Federal and Winchester still hasn't corrected a problem. For them, it's okay.
Y'all are having problems with brass overall length before you even size it?
It's all over the place from Winchester.
All over the place. If you do it, we all agreed 1.700 is a great spot to leave it, and it's wonderful. And there's been more deers taken with a 30-30 than I think any rifle.
Any other rifle, yeah. I would say that is the top meat producing caliber on the planet.
All right, I have a theory about that. Yeah, there's been more deer killed with 30-30. The 350 Legend is power-wise, I would say it's comparable with the 30-30. Let me just grab a box of the ammo and read you the specifics. Hold on one second.
But one thing nice is magazines.
Right. Well, I mean, to me, it doesn't matter because I've never even killed a deer with a 30-30. I've dropped a lot.
I haven't either.
Now, is one thing I've noticed that that magazine, that CMMG, I think it is. I had to alter it a little bit because it hits the bottom lip and in the side lips, it was pushing the cartridge inward instead of keeping it going straight out.
Yeah.
If you take a factory 350 Legend and your reloaded 350 Legend, there's a big difference in body diameter. You like resize it down to the size we want, the 356. They're sizing that brass down to that 357, 358. So on that magazine, it takes up all the space nice and, very close to it. Once you got yours is sized down correctly, it has a lot of room in that magazine.
Yeah, if you get a PMag and you take that center rail out, or use like a 300 blackout, I've tried my 300 blackout mag and it works fine with it. So, because basically that's what they did with the PMag for 300 blackout. They removed the lip center of it, and the 300 blackout works. So I figured, why wouldn't it work for this? I tried it and it worked fine. You know, Jamie did his with the file, I believe, on one of his PMags.
Right.
Didn't you, Jamie?
And that thing works really good. It's the best 350 Legend. Well, except for the one Willie gave me, it's the only one I have, but it works. Works really well.
Yeah, the one I gave was ASC, I believe. It works. It's not, I mean, it works.
Yeah, it works. It works. And it feeds great. Both of them feed great. The only difference is the metal one that Willie gave me is just a little bit harder to get in and out of the magazine well. But this is one of my 30-30 reloads right here, and this is a 350 Legend.
Can't say it, sir. Blow yourself up.
There you go. Can you?
There you go.
All right, this is a 150 grain Sierra Pro Hunter flat point, and this is Winchester's hunting round, and it looks
180 grain,
like
I think
this.
Yeah, 180. Yeah.
Yeah.
But one thing nice is you can size that 350, that other round down to fit in the 350 Legend. Your 35 Remington round, you can size that down to fit into it.
Yeah. And that's the reason I wanted it, because I do so much work with the 35 Remington. Okay, so to at the muzzle, you've got 180 grain. You don't need to look at me, do you? You got 180 grain, 355, I guess, diameter projectile, and it's going 2,100 feet. At the muzzle, at 50 yards, it's slowed down to 1,926. At 100 yards, it's down to 1,762. And the energy is already down to 1,240. So 100 yards, at most 150, because when you get out to 200 yards, you've got 1,466 feet per second and 859 foot-pounds of energy, and that's too low for me to be
exactly
for a deer. To me, yeah, George boy, sectional density is the whole thing. There you go, Idaho. Ask any body shop. So yeah, I think when you say 30-30 have killed more deer than any other round, I think we're talking about, you got to consider that the how long it's been around, and I think you also got to take into consideration how many wounded deer have gotten away from hunters using the 30-30.
It's true, because a lot of people take a 30-30 beyond its limits. 30-30 is a 100-yard deer rifle.
Yeah.
You might, if you're hunting an open field, I would go to 125 yards. That's about it. Other than that, you don't know where that bullet's going to go, because it doesn't have the velocity or the it doesn't have what it needs to get. You can't pack enough powder with a proper round to be able to use in a tube-fed magazine to make it get where it needs to go. Because you got to use a flat base bullet, which is like shooting a spare tire out of a damn, culvert. It's about all you're going to get.
30-30 is not to be taken for granted. It's a fine round. It does good work.
Oh,
Yes, it does.
it sure does. It's been doing good work for hundreds of years.
You cannot um,
You
you
can't
can't
doubt it.
overextend it, just like you can't overextend this. Yeah, I'm thinking both of them are 100, 125-yard deer rifles.
Well, let me tell you, in Georgia, and Jamie, you can attest to this. Willie, you've seen it. It is a perfect round.
Hmm.
I mean, are you going to take a shot more than 100, 125 yards? You can't see 100, 125 yards in Georgia. There's always a tree, a bush, or something else in the way. Unless you're hunting in open fields. So it is a perfect deer rifle for this area of the country, and it well over accomplishes what it was expected to do. It hits the tree limb breaks, the bullet keeps going straight.
Yeah,
You
308 is right, Uncle Jim. You're right. 30-06, 308, 3 in Win Mag, but Jamie's 270 is right there too.
I've got all of them, and I've taken more deer with a 35 Remington than I have anything else.
Last one I took was with a 06 out of an M1 Grand.
Yeah, I'll take 30-06 over 30-30 for hunting deer any day of the week.
Well, depends on what you're doing and where you're doing it. Always choose the proper weapon.
I know it's overkill.
My problem with a 270, and I've taken a couple of deer with my 270, is the bullet's going so fast, the deer doesn't even know it's been shot. I've seen that on like 4 or 5 of them. They just sit there going, "What just happened?"
Now I'll tell you what, the one I hit, it looked and it fell right where it was. Done.
Yeah.
That was the last one I hit with a 06.
With a 30-06, they know they've been hit because it'll blow the back half of them. You gotta properly aim that shot because it'll take that far shoulder all the way out if you aim wrong. But with a 270, you can make the perfect shot, and they go, "What was that?" And they sit there and go, "Oh no." And they flop around for a minute because the bullet goes through them so fast it doesn't have time to expand.
I don't have that problem with my 270.
You're over 2 hours, Jamie, just to let you know.
I am. We got to wrap it up, but my 270, I generally use 130 or 150 grain. I like the 150s better because of the energy. My thing is energy and sectional density. That's what I'm looking for in a deer round, and I want that energy transferred into the animal, and I want a clean, quick, humane kill. I don't want no animal
Amen.
suffering for hours and then passing away.
Right.
Amen.
Jerry, I really like that scope on that gun, but 150 might be just a little bit. 150 it ought to do. I don't have a. We're wrapping it up, Georgia boy. Thanks for coming in. I want to thank all y'all for coming in, and let's start going around the room. We'll get out of here. Y'all are messing my words up here.
Woo-hoo. Mig, come on now.
Hey, Mig. Bye, Mig.
He's bragging. I'm glad he's here. It's good to see him. So Julio, what you got
in his
coming up?
underwear plowing snow.
Say that again, Jamie.
What you got coming up? What are you working on?
I'm working. Trying to load up a box of these. This is one of the dummy runs I made today because I forgot what I used back about 2 years ago, and these crimp very nicely. So I'll be loading up a box of these and have them ready when I get a chance to go to the range. These are the Lyman pellet slug, but in 1 ounce instead of their 525. This is the Russia mold, and it comes with 4 different pins and 1 ounce, and then it goes to 463. Then I think it's four something else, 480 or something, and then the 525. 4 different sizes, so I like the 1 ounce better.
Idaho is right. 270 and 30-06. That's a great debate. I come down in the middle. I hunt with both of them. 270 is my favorite. 30-06 is next, then 35, and then 30-30. And I haven't used my 350 Legend to hunt with yet, but I think it's going to be right up there amongst that top 4 somewhere. But I I like the 270 at longer distances, and I like the 30-06 for like 100 yards to 200 yards. And yeah, 35 Remington is great in the trees. I mean, it goes right through the brush and still keeps going straight. And 270, if you hit a twig or something, you don't know where it's gone.
Mm.
You hear,
So,
pow. Where, what happened?
but my rifle, that Seiko that I use, the 270, and then we'll wrap this up. I've missed a deer once with that rifle. So there for a while, I had 6 shots and 5 kills. The one shot that I missed, there was a branch hanging down from in front of my tree stand. And I said, "What in the world happened? How come that deer didn't fall?" And I looked up, and that limb was shaking like that. So
Yeah, the branch was gone.
yeah.
You
So
killed the branch.
yeah. So Willie, what you got coming up, brother?
Just waking up every glorious day, talking to my friends. That's it. Don't need to load anything. Just trying to find supplies when I can find it at a decent price.
I went to the post office today, Willie. I'll send you the rest of your zinc here shortly.
No problem. It's not a problem.
I managed. Only worked a half a day today. I'm having back issues, and I was hurting. And actually, my shop foreman, God bless her soul, she sent me home. She kicked me out of the shop, and she was like, "Go home." I'm like, I have to wait till at least 11:30. That way, they don't take a day of vacation from me. 11:31. Karen was right up there. I'll see you on Monday. I'm like, yes, ma'am. Okay, whatever. I don't really have anything coming up. I'm doing. I'm really getting involved in shotgun reloading, uh, especially. I've been reloading slugs and some buckshot and stuff like that, and that's all really fun. Um, then Willie sent me that bag of birdshot, and I'm like,
Don't blame me. You asked for it.
what can I do with this? So that opens up a whole new chapter because you can't find any of that crap around here. Um,
And yes, I sent California lead to Georgia.
if you if you find reloading supplies and you can afford to pick them up, pick them up. Now, if they want $85 for a brick of primers, tell them to
Walk away.
where they can stick it. But if you can find them at a decent price and all that stuff, that's great. That's why I'm not worried about it because I've already gone through this crunch a couple of times. And when I got something at a decent price, I bought it in bulk. You don't buy one primer at a time. You don't buy 8 grains of powder at a time. that kind of stuff. You just don't do it. You get better deals when you buy it in bulk, and it's a shame that then in the reloading world that we have to do this. But it's part of the game that we got to play. You know, if they want to charge way too much for it, tell them to keep it. You know, they can sit on it. How about that? Because I ain't sitting on it for that much money. But buy more than you use and use everything you buy. That's about where I'm at with it. Other than that, glad everybody was here tonight. Good to talk to everybody. And Jamie, take it away.
All right, guys. Thanks for joining us. Check us out on Georgia Shooting Connection on Instagram. You can be in touch with us at Georgia Shooting Connection at gmail.com. And I don't know the third one, Willie. That's all. That's it.
Wasn't it Instagram?
I said that first.
Oh, sorry, bad ears.
Check out
Facebook.
If y'all are watching this, y'all already know about the Georgia Shooting Connection YouTube channel. So that's the three. So anyway, if you're not, click that like button and subscribe. If you're not already subscribed, subscribe. And Lord willing, we'll see y'all next Friday. My next thing is I think I'm going to be doing a video about 7.62 by 54R. And I may do a video on 350 Legend reloads.
Push the thumbs up, please.
For you guys that don't know, that 260 Remington is probably the most accurate round ever conceived by a human being. With that, we'll see y'all next week. Lord willing, we hope the Lord blesses y'all real good. See you next Friday. Y'all have a great weekend. Tell them good night, y'all.